Welcome to Packard Shutter. In this video I'm going to talk about the air fittings that Packard-Ideal Shutter Company offers. We have basically four fittings we have. We have our bulb fitting, which is used in the bulb tubing fitting assembly. When you have a bulb, you have a fitting that you have to put into the bulb in order to connect the tubing. It goes like that. You can see here's one in an existing one with the tubing connected. That's our bulb fitting. You can that usually comes in the bulb tube fitting combination package, and you can buy them separately if you have one that you just need the fitting for. Then we have pass-through fittings, which are for passing the air through a lens board or through a camera upright standard, depending on your assembly. This is our 1/4 inch pass-through fitting, and I'll bring this up a little bit closer. You can see the 1/4 inch is roughly the distance between the two washers, the maximum distance of, or thickness of a lens board that you could go through, or a material. This one's a 1/4 inch. It's actually closer to about 0.3. You might be able to squeeze it into a 5/16 lens board, but I don't know of any 5/16 lens boards. But anyways, up to a 1/4 inch you're safe. So that's a 1/4 inch fitting. It's got a nut on one side, it's got a little shoulder and a washer on the other. When you look at the front of your camera, that's what you're going to see right there. But that's the 1/4 inch. Then for the other two sizes we have a 3/4 inch, which is this. It's actually a tiny, I think 1/4 inch was about, or 3/4 inch was about exactly right. It's got threaded nuts and washers on both ends. This is for if you're going through an upright or more material or a thicker lens board or some other way of getting your signal out. This will go through about 3/4 of an inch of material. And then we have a 1.25 inch one, which is slightly larger than the 3/4. It's actually, this one's actually almost 1 5/16, I think. This one's the one that's bigger than the number says, but basically 1.25 inch, 3/4, and 1/4 inch. These are used just to pass the air signal from the inside where your lens might be, inside the camera where your lens might be mounted, or your shutter might be mounted, outside to where you can get at the fitting. Then, so those are the four fittings that we generally have. Then we also have this one, I'm going to call this a mythical fitting. I have one of these, and I actually got it with a shutter that I owned long before I was involved at all with Packard Shutter Company. It has these nifty knurled nuts on it, and it is designed that if you have a shutter like this and you have a very limited amount of space, you can drill out 1/4 of one of the mounting holes in the corner, and this fitting will pass through that mounting hole and replace it. And the knurled nut is sized so that it doesn't extend past the edge of the shutter, so it's for really tight fit locations. These nuts, a nut like this will actually stick out a little bit past the edge of the shutter. So that's why these uses these special knurled nuts. The problem with this fitting is that this is the only one that I own. This is the only one in existence at Packard-Ideal Shutter Company, and so I can't sell it. I am planning on getting some more made, so in the future you may be able to purchase these. But for right now, and this would be a, I'm not sure what I'm going to call it, but you'll know it when you see it on the website. But for right now, this is a mythical fitting and doesn't really exist, so we're going to put that aside. Anyhow, that's Packard-Ideal Shutter Company air fittings. Thanks.